This feature is Drop the Hammer, and it's probably one of Bentonville's most iconic features, which can be found here at the Kohler Mountain Bike Preserve. For weeks before the trip, this was the feature that kept me up at night. I watched countless videos on it, and kept debating if I was ready for such a large feature, or if it was even worth the risk. For me, this whole trip became devoted to staring this feature in the face, and conquering that fear I've been having about it. Let's be smart about this, and warm up on something a bit more tame and relaxed, which just so happens to be one of my favorite trails ever, the Thunderdome.
Are you ready to Thunderdome?
I've been ready.
Alright.
It's a side-by-side dual slalom course, so naturally we decided to race each other.
Hold on.
Yeah, you gotta make drop noises.
Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. And go! Way too heavy.
I started my first race against Scott in the hardest gear thinking I could muscle through the takeoff, only to be quickly reminded I don't have any muscle. Needless to say, Scott destroyed me.
It's over. That's bad. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
That's exhausting.
Yeah. I got a terrible start. I was in way too heavy a gear.
Dan beat Ryan in their first race, so time to pit the losers against each other. This particular race has sparked a lot of controversy between myself and Ryan because of how close it was.
Oh, what do you think?
Leave a comment down below who you think won the race to determine who is the slowest. Sorry, Ryan, you were so close.
Scott. Dude.
By this time, we're
Champion.
all hungry, so we made the quick drive back into town to discuss our plans for the rest of the afternoon.
That was awesome.
Between our exhaustion from yesterday and climbing all day
You
at
alright?
Kohler, we considered calling it a day. But Drop the Hammer was on all of our minds. After another stop for a delicious iced coffee and scone at Heroes Coffee, we all knew it was now or never. It was around 5 p.m. when we got back to Kohler, so time was not on our side. We began our descent on Cease and Desist, which leads to Drop the Hammer. My legs were not cooperating at all at this point, and that's definitely a scary feeling. But no excuses. I've come this far, successfully dropped the features at Slaughter Pen, so deep down, I knew this had to happen.
I gave up on trying to even clear those. I'm like, oh, yeah, I tried to pedal and I was like, I'm done. My legs.
I didn't have the speed on the first go, so I had to go back,
doesn't look bad.
push through the pain, and still managed to case this thing. Now I feel more nervous. If I cased on this 4 to 5 foot drop, how am I possibly going to clear a 10 to 12 foot road gap? I'm going to take a second to seriously consider if I want to do this. The sun's setting, temperatures dropping, and one by one I film my friends send this massive road gap. I was thrilled to see them each dominate this beast, but it was time for me to put down the camera and go for it. With Scott towing me in, I remembered all the practice leading up to this. And as the lip approached, I told myself, you're ready for this.
Yeah! Yes!
You shredded, dude. God. Dude. That is what you just conquered.
I know, dude. It feels
Now
so
that you've
good.
done it, it's huge.
Yeah, dude. Thanks so much.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
God, this is the most epic
This
trip.
trip's been made.
This trip is amazing, dude. That's what I will for you.
This is what I came to do.
That's like
That's the best feeling in the world.
so stoked for you.
That felt incredible to conquer, so let's make sure it wasn't a fluke and try to complete this whole line. The step up after the drop is fairly straightforward, but my first attempt on the second log drop, I went a bit too slow and cased it, which made the next step up near impossible to clear.
Sorry, dude. Oh,
I almost hit you.
yeah, I saw you right here.
Let's hit this last drop, then head back to drop the hammer and lock it all in for good measure.
Not a problem.
Day 2 was absolutely magical, and I know we all felt incredible about doing this whole pro line. I know I couldn't have done it without my awesome friends, so a big thank you to Scott, Ryan, and Dan for coming on this trip, pushing me, and helping me get this drop done. You all did
Yes, dude.
a fantastic job as well. Day 3 was a more chill riding experience, and there won't be a video on it. I didn't get enough usable footage, so as far as YouTube is concerned, this trip has officially come to a close. As I said in the previous video, Bentonville is truly incredible. I'm already dreaming of going back, and I can't recommend it enough. I had the best time with an amazing group of friends, and I look forward to the next trip. Thank you so much for watching, and until next week, stay rowdy within reason.
This is gonna be a rough day, dude. I thought it was gonna be chill, but I'm like, this trail's pretty serious. Yo, Santiago. Can we call our crew the Texas Trail Snakes?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I like it.
Dan's coral
Cobra
snake.
Kai. Cobra Kai.